Okay, so people come to us for different reasons. I'm going to outline these over here. So, first reason people come to us is, and these are not in any particular order, for example, college planning. They come to us for retirement planning. They come to us with tax strategies. They come to us for protection. They come to us for investments. They also come to us for estate planning. Okay? No matter why they come, we walk everyone through the 6 key areas of financial planning. The 6 pillars help us see the full picture. So, pillar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? Only introduce all 6 briefly, and then depending on the person's interest or where they are in life, then go 2 layers deeper only on the 1 or 2 that matters most to them. Don't just list them, explain each of them in 1 or 2 sentences. So let me explain. For example, if we're talking about estate planning, that's this guy, estate planning. Estate isn't just about will, it's about making sure what you built goes to who you want and the way you want. So basic talking points, for example, for estate is we can talk to them about basic, will, and trust. Home and kids, for example. We can talk to them about strategies when they have multiple homes. And for when they own multiple properties, or for business owners, asset protection, tax efficiency in transferring those assets. We educate. We're not attorneys, so we coordinate with attorneys. For simple cases, just husband and wife, for example, not a whole lot of assets and companies and different structures, we might be able to help them with the IUI tool, in which cost anywhere from $400 to $600 versus full legal planning, okay, which obviously cost a little bit more. Level 2 in estate planning is, so that's the first level. Level 2 that we can go deep into it is things like probate, avoiding probate, guardianship for children, and tax implications of inheritance. Okay, so these are examples of things that we can rip a little bit deeper into when it comes to estate planning. Now let me clear the board here and go into another example. So, for example, if we want to talk about college planning, for college planning, we talk about things like how to save and how to qualify for financial aid. So savings and financial aids. And if you have kids, obviously talk about your experiences. And if you've followed anything, or even if nothing, sharing personal experience is very powerful. So two components: where to save for college planning. So where to save is things like 529 plans. It could be things like Roth IRA strategies. It could be Atma accounts. It could be cash value life insurance, CVLI strategies. Okay. The second part is, so where to save. The second part is financial aid strategies. So that's A, and B is financial aid strategies is how do you reduce the SAI, student aid index? Because obviously if you reduce, the more you reduce the SAI, the more money the family could qualify for in financial aid. So SAI, student aid index, how to position assets correctly, and how to improve scholarship eligibility. Okay? Because what you're really trying to understand and communicate is parent versus student asset treatment. If it's in parents versus student, is it tax advantage versus flexibility? Okay. So let me erase these as well. Staying on this core 6 pillars of values that we bring, we offer families. So the third is tax strategies. That's this third item here. Most people save money, but they don't diversify their taxes. In other words, there are 3 tax buckets, if you would. Okay, this is tax now, this is tax later, this is tax free. I didn't know about this myself until I got into this business. So tax now are things like savings account, brokerage accounts, and so forth. This tax later is things like 401k. We all know about 401k. Traditional IRA. And for the tax-free bucket, it's Roth IRA, Roth 401k as an example. So we also introduce things like Roth conversions, backdoor Roth, mega backdoor. There's all of these other things that we offer future tax that actually help create a situation for families to better balance this tax now, tax later, and tax free. Okay. So let's go to the fourth area, and we'll talk through this real quick. So the fourth area. Oops, what happened here? So the fourth area that we want to talk about is retirement planning. So let me just clean this out. So number four is retirement planning. Retirement isn't about age, it's about income. So our process is, what is your lifestyle cost looks like? Adjusted for inflation, identify income sources, So lifestyle cost adjusted for inflation, and then identify income sources. So income sources can come by way of Social Security, 401k, Roth, rental income, and so forth. Tax efficiency in retirement, risk management. We look at long-term care, blind spot. So all of these is what we refer to. We go through it when we start talking about the retirement planning. And we look at the next layer we peel in when we're talking about retirement planning is we talk about sequence of return. We talk about Social Security timing. We talk about longevity risks and so forth. So these are all very, very important areas for us to understand. Now, the fifth area we talk about is life insurance and protection. That's the fifth area that we talked about. So we know protection changes as life evolves and changes over time. So younger families, for example, so when families are younger, they need income protection, they need mortgage protection, they also need family security. For older clients, they typically have living benefits that we need to understand. A lot of older clients also, at this stage in life, we're dealing with chronic and critical illness. And so we also want to make sure the older we are, we want to protect our assets. So asset protection for medical events. Okay. Without protection, wealth building will absolutely collapse. Okay. So that's what we share with briefly share with people about protection. Now, the sixth area, and again, these are not in any particular order, but the sixth one that we talked about here is investments and wealth building. Okay, so with investment and wealth, once the foundation is laid solid, we can focus on growing assets. Goals being how do we grow assets? How is it tax efficient? Retirement income, wealth transfer. So one, and if we have the license, the FINRA license, which we talked about earlier, we can also, in the investment with a FINRA license, we can also manage investments. Okay? So, out of all of these six that we just went over, which of these are most important to you right now? Because this is going to guide the conversation in terms of where we're going to spend the most time ripping into what makes sense, what makes the most sense to you. So, the way we want to think about it is as we're building wealth, we build wealth based on a triangle similar to this. At the bottom of all of this there's protection. Protection. Okay? This is supposed to be protection. The second layer from the bottom is debt management. And this is really talking about how to reduce high interest debt, consolidate wisely, and increasing financial stability. Protection here, we're talking about life, protecting assets, we're protecting health, we're protecting long-term care, we're protecting umbrella protection, or home and auto protection. Okay. The next layer up is cash flow optimization, increasing savings capacity, because that's very, very important that we do, reducing unnecessary tax leakage, and creating investment margin. The next layer is the need fund. Housing, healthcare, education, retirement, all of that. The top layer is the fund. We talk about travels, we talk about giving, talk about family experiences, talk about generational wealth creation. Okay? So most people try to build wealth from the top down, when in fact, really the right sequence, and of course, at the very bottom is where estate protection and estate planning really comes in. So most people start from the top, but like building anything, like building a home, just like it is in building a financial home, we want to start from the bottom and then work our way up. Okay? Where we have protection, we clean up debt, we improve cash flow, we plan for college and retirement, and then we plan a lifestyle and legacy. Okay? So, So, like everything we just talked about, we build the foundation from the bottom up, strong base, stable growth, and a peace of mind.